What up, though, fight fans, boxing fans? Hey, I don't know. Well, I know what's going on in boxing, but all of this different jumping around, trying to be creative, chasing these, chasing event making, and shout out to my man JTT who calls it buzzard fuck boxing. But it's really not as complicated as we're trying to make, as they're trying to make it. But y'all gonna fuck around and get somebody hurt. Um, Ngannou is not a boxer. Did you see that man's hand position? Did you see what his guard was? It's different in the octagon, standing with your hands all over the place, no head movement, no range management, and you against a MMA striker, an MMA guy trying to stand up and strike. There's a difference to boxing in rhythm and distance, managing the range and moving as the range changes. And he sat there and got pieced up by AJ, jabbing to the body and foot feints, punching feints, shoulder feints. AJ is like, man, everything is open. Everything is open. Whatever that shit I got last night, that update for Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, bruh, y'all gonna mess around and get this young man hurt. I know Tyson is 56, 57, 55, 54, whatever it is. Jake don't move like that. He doesn't process movement like that. So that tells me, Tyson, don't hurt the boy. Play with him, see what happens and what we can do, but don't maim this man. I wouldn't even buy it, but I'm just, what are we doing in the sport? Ngannou gets washed. Dropped at the end of the first round. Straight right hand through the guard. You see how AJ flicked the jab out there, flicked it hard, flicked it medium, faked it, and then followed through straight through with the right hand. He wasn't even trying to punch him on some setting up stuff. He was just like touching his glove, just touching his guard. Hey, I'm gonna hit you up here. I'm gonna actually throw a punch at your guard, way up here to the left, away from your face. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just tapping his gloves. And what else is Ngannou gonna do? He gets up at the end of the first round. He makes it out of the first round. AJ comes out in the second round, a bunch of foot feints. Again, jabbing to the body, very safe stuff. Changing levels, seeing how he's reacting to being stepped to. And then at about 55 seconds, crashes upside his temple with this right hand that hurt him badly. Credit to Ngannou for getting up. Credit to him for getting up. Hell, if it was real boxing and it was in the UK, they might have called the fight then. They let it continue, and then there's a right hand. AJ steps to him and just obliterates the dude. His leg gets pent up underneath him, and he crashes back down to the ground. He's out. He sleep before his right shoulder hits the canvas. He's out. He's gone in another universe, in another realm. We're gonna fuck around and get somebody hurt trying to make shit different than what it is. That's that. The reason why I bought the card tonight was the Joseph Parker and Zhili Zhang fight. Big Bang Zhang. I'm gonna try to keep this brief. What I'm at, almost 6 minutes. Hell of a performance from Joe Parker. And shout out to him for these two fights after being obliterated by Joe Joyce, having a couple of two or three off-Broadway fights off to the side against lesser opposition. Gets himself back together, comes into the Deontay Wilder. I'll take it. Comes into the Deontay Wilder fight, outboxes him, outfoxes, outslicks him, and executes, performs, gets the victory over Deontay Wilder. Now you get against Zhili Zhang, who's very hot. When I saw that Zhili Zhang weighed in at 290, 291, I didn't like that. I really didn't like that. And honestly, I did not check to see what he weighed in against. Was Zhang weighed in against Hergovich or Joe Joyce? But 290, disrespectful to the game. As a result, he gets the knockdown in round 3. Straight lead left hand, straight left hand, puts Joseph Parker down. He celebrates. He does that's some American shit. That's from hanging out in New Jersey too much. That's not Chinaman-like. And staying on task. He goes to celebrate and showboat. He gets up. Parker gets up. He's got his hands all down to his side, trying to put some sauce on it and be cute, instead of trying to get the victory. Parker was hurt. He was hurt bad. In my opinion, Parker came out and won rounds 4 and 5 on my scorecard. Hell, 4 or 5, and I said 6 was kind of a split. I could have seen that one either way. Zhang drops Parker in the 8th. After Parker came out and landed a right hand on the button, about 15 to 20 seconds into the round, Parker's working the left jab, a bunch of hooks. Then I got Parker down at about 1:25. Short right hook behind the ear from Zhang. He gets up, and there's a big hook combination by Parker at the end of the round to close out the round and say, I'm still here. I'm still competing. I ain't going nowhere just yet. So down in the 3rd and the 8th, and then Zhang doesn't do much else. Wasn't even credited for landing a punch in the 12th round. Not even credited for landing a punch in the 12th round. 40 years old? 39, 40 years old, coming in at 290. Like, you're very talented. You got nice skills. You got a lot of heart, grit, good chin. A lot of patience and ring generalship. Real calm in the ring, but you got to have a gas tank. This, Parker with the feints, the foot feints, shoulder feints, punch feints, and then the stepping in with the wild shots of the wide arcing shots up top, overhand rights up top, but making sure getting off center line and getting into the body and staying away from anything. That's a skill. And he executed it well to come and get the decision, 113. And then to become the interim WBO champion, 113, and then 114, 112, and 115, 111. I had it 115, 112, Parker. But shout out to him, man. That's about the most entertaining shit we seeing in boxing right now is what Parker is doing, taking these tough assignments and getting it done. Shout out to Israel Madrimov, also appeared on the card against Kurbanov. Took him out with an overhand right, buckled him up against the ropes, and just ran roughshod over Kurbanov, who got off to a bit of a slow start. Madrimov becomes the WBA super welterweight champion, super welterweight champion, and now, you know, he can fight Zhu, the winner of Zhu and Thurman. Maybe it's a target for Bud Crawford. We don't know what his promotional affiliation, his network affiliation is right now. Maybe that's something that could happen over on DAZN. I don't hold. As a matter of fact, as soon as I get off here, I gotta cancel DAZN. They're gonna try to get me with that 30-day shit. I gotta cancel that shit tonight before I go to bed. But who knows what's Bud's man, 36 years old. Maybe he can go over to the DAZN. I mean, I don't have a DAZN subscription, but they're putting in work. They got a schedule. They got a lot of stuff going on over there. I'm not interested enough for $25.99 or $29.99, whatever it is right now. God damn. $29.99 for boxing and a bunch of Euro fights? Primarily? Come on, man. But shout out to Madrimov. He was a big deal. I can't remember. Was it Nathaniel Gallimore? Somebody he knocked out, and they said it was a dirty punch, or they said they didn't score the knockdown or something, but he was hot for a minute, and then kind of, you know, that boxing shit happens, and he was in limbo for a minute, but now he bounces back. Good performance in a big spot. Shout out to him. The other fight that I did watch was check this out, man. This shit came on at 1 p.m. was when I checked in. 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's 8 o'clock Eastern time. Now that was like 7 hours of boxing. Ah, damn. And 4 fights? Maybe it was 5. The other fight with featherweight champion Ray Vargas and Nick Ball. Nick Ball dropped Vargas in the 8th and the 11th round. You know, dude was like giving up 8 inches of height. Vargas had been out of the ring for a year after the loss to O'Shaquie Foster. I was amazed to see him going to the body as much as he did. You know, giving up 8 inches of height, bending down that much to get to the body of the diminutive Nick Ball. I think a draw was somewhat fair. Wouldn't have been mad if they gave it to Ball. It was just one. I would think if they get it on again in the next 3 to 6 months, that Vargas would perform better. And that's different to deal with a guy coming at you from different angles. He coming in the front door all kind of different ways all night long. You don't have that sharpness to catch him up top in the head. Unpredictable, awkward, you know, whatever. The other fight, I did watch the fight with the Chamberlain guy who stopped. I don't even know what Buddy's name was. That's it, man. Just I'm not trying to hold y'all up. I spent $40 on this, mainly for Zhang and Parker. Zhang, they said it's gonna be a rematch. He need to get down to about 270. I should look it up real quick to see what he was when he fought Joe Joyce. But it ain't that important. Good day of international boxing. Hey, Bite Down Boxing loves midday boxing. I'm not a Saturday night. I'm not a traditional fight time boxing fan. The hell with that shit. Give me this shit at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It was good enough for all them boys, all them brothers back in the 70s and early 80s. Wide world of sports. It was good for them. It works for me now. Y'all have a great night. Fight Down Boxing. Don't let them count you out. Shout out to Joe Parker. Ngannou. Man, you better get over there to the PFL. Don't listen to that shit that AJ is telling you about stick around in boxing, bro. You getting too late of a start, man. And you've made great money. You've made great money going 0-2. Outstanding money. Then maybe only 4 or 5 guys can get that kind of money in 2 fights. Peace.